Hi guys, Steady Eddie here. It's 5:30 a.m. I'm at Heathrow Airport and I've been travelling since midnight, so a 5.5 hour bus journey from home to Heathrow Airport. And I really wish that all the travel was as easy as that. Really, I mean, the National Express, I can't fault it. I got on the bus. Soon afterwards, I closed my eyes, I went to sleep, and then I woke up and I seen Heathrow Airport. So, this is the start, the first leg of a very long journey. And I wish it was all as easy as that anyway. The total journey will be about 37 hours from home to getting into a hotel in Bangkok. It's 5:30 a.m. now. I've got the easy bit out of the way with. In about 3 hours' time, I have a PCR test. You know, oh, geez, I'm dreading it. It's expensive. It's a bit of a rip-up, but it's got to be done. Not sure where it's located, but I think it's located somewhere close to here. I'm not sure how I'll get there. I've got to have a nice cup of coffee and figure that one out. But after I have the PCR test, it's a fast-track one. Hopefully the results will be back within 3 hours. But it's not until 7 p.m. this evening that I actually get my flight, my Emirates Airway indirect flight. It goes via Dubai. So basically, I think I'm looking at, from home to actually arriving at a hotel in Bangkok, I think I'm looking at 37 hours overall. It's probably only about 14 hours flying time, the rest is all bits and pieces. But of course, the thing that I'm most nervous about is that PCR test. It's coming up in a few hours' time. They'll hopefully get my results back. I hope it's the right one, because I heard something about an RT PCR test. I mean, this is, as far as I know, this is a fit-to-fly one. I lose track of it all. But that's coming up soon, so this is probably going to be a long video. Lots to it, but by the end of this video I am hoping that I will be stepping out of a hotel in Bangkok. That won't be 37 hours, that'll be beyond that, because I'll have to spend a night in a hotel. But by the end of this video I am hoping to step out at the hotel in Bangkok, being told that I'm free to go. Nice bit of warm sunshine. We'll see. Stay tuned to the end of this video to see what happens. Okay, now you're probably wondering, why is it taking so long between arriving at Heathrow Airport at 5:30 and my flight being 7 p.m, 13.5 hours, Jesus Christ. Well, it's the way the bus times are. It just so happens, but the thing is, I couldn't have got a later bus because of that PCR appointment. I'm not even sure where this clinic is. It's supposed to be nearby. But basically, it's a fast-track one, results back within 3 hours, so they say. But I've heard it can take much longer than that, and I want to be on the safe side. It's not a good way of doing things, but it is what it is. It's long drawn out. My appointment is at 8:30, so hopefully they should get my results back by 11:30, and then, I can relax and have some food and, whatever at Heathrow Airport. But I've got to find this place because 8:30 will come around pretty soon. I've got to find out where this place is. I'm still not quite sure. All I know is that PCR, the fast track PCR test is costing me the best part of 200 quid. And, you know, I'm not pleased about that at all, but, you know, it is what it is. This is the way things are in this day and age, 2022. Okay, now, apparently this clinic isn't as easy to get to as what I thought. I've just been told that I have to take a local bus there, and it's about 20 or 25 minutes away. So, still got a bit of time to play with, but the quicker that I get there, the better. I actually think it could be that one there, the heathrow or whatever it is. It's still early, but the sooner I get there, the better. Okay, well, I'm on a bus anyway. That was straightforward enough. I got on the bus. The driver is going to tell me when I get there. So, better, you know, I'm going to get there a bit too early, but never mind. As long as I'm there, I need to be there. I don't want to be rushing at the last minute. This is, you know, stressful enough as it is, really. The bus journey cost £1.55, by the way, paid with credit card. So that's the easy bit. Okay, well, I just need to get there and get that bloody PCR thing done and dusted. Well, the things you go to travel. Who would have thought that I'd be getting a bus outside Heathrow Airport at some ungodly hour of the morning to go and have some thing shoved up my bloody nose at an expensive price. I believe that place there in the background, that's where it is. It's around there somewhere. Okay, well, I'm here anyway. You know, I had this terrible feeling that this was going to be difficult to find. The bus, you know, to get here was very, very easy. The driver was helpful. I'm at this hotel now. It's not even 7 o'clock yet. My appointment is at 8:30. But so what? I'll hang around the lobby. I've been told that it takes place upstairs somewhere in this hotel, hired place, and at least I'm here now. It's you know, it's not an enjoyable thing to be doing at this ungodly hour of the day, but I just want to get the nasty ordeal over and done with. This is where I'm going to have my PCR test in about 1.5 hours' time. Still got the Christmas tree up. How about having a selfie shot with the Christmas tree in a hotel where I'm going to have a PCR test? How good is that? Okay, so I've been sitting in that hotel lobby for well over an hour. Well, I think it was about more than 1.5 hours really. Waiting there now. I'm pushing my luggage through the corridors of this hotel to do something that I don't really want to do. I've seen other people waiting there and then going in and coming out and saying it's okay and whatever. My appointment is 10 minutes from now. This hotel, the hired place or whatever it is, I think it's called that anyway. I'm doing something that I don't really want to do. I don't want to do this, but I've got to because I won't be able to travel otherwise. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, to do something like this in a morning time, and I don't want to do this. This is not my idea of travel. You know, I think I'll just give it a bit. Some people will say, with all the hassle that goes with travel right now, you know, they will say, I'm just going to give it a miss. I'm going to give it a miss until all of this blows over. And personally, I don't blame you. I don't want to need a hassle, but I just feel that, you know, I've got to do it somehow. But if you're one of those people who just thinks, I'm just going to give this a miss until it all blows over, the fact is, when will it blow over? This is New Year, 2022. This pandemic soap opera has gone on for about 2 years now. When is it all going to blow over? Is it ever going to end? Anyway, I'm going through those doors there. I'm going to have my 200 quid PCR test. Okay, well that was straightforward enough. Imagine having that done in a hotel corridor, and there's, you know, some people are having it the same day. I'm having it within 3 hours, or I've got a lot longer than that. No, let me open this door. I've got my case here. Okay. So, something I was concerned about. I heard a report that it's not just got to be a PCR test, it's got to be an RT PCR test. You know, I had a couple of people saying that, and I looked into it, and it was kind of confusing, really. But I just asked the nurse there, and she said that it's the same thing, basically. It probably isn't, but she said it's basically the same thing. I'm going with Emirates Airlines, and that test that I just had there will be adequate. And now that was the easy bit, having the thing shoved down my throat and up my nose. That was the easy bit. But I'm going to get my results back in a few hours' time by email. I'm told that I don't really necessarily have to print out the certificate. I shouldn't. I've got everything else printed out, but I think the email, as long as it says negative, I'll be fine. But if it doesn't say negative, what if disaster strikes? What if disaster strikes and it comes back positive? Well then it's a disaster, isn't it? Okay, well, it's about 8:30 in the morning. That was a simple test. I've got about, well, it's my flight is 7 p.m. this evening, so it's a long way, yeah? Enough time to get me back to Heathrow Airport for me to have something to eat. I can eat something now. You're not supposed to eat before you have these tests, by the way, or drink for at least an hour or so. I haven't had anything since yesterday, so I can have something to eat now. This, by the way, here is Bath Road, which runs alongside Heathrow Airport. Now, I actually worked on the runways of Heathrow Airport over 30 years ago, and there was a notorious incident at that time where, I think during the foggy weather, a pilot of a big jet, a big passenger jet, maybe even being a jumbo, mistook this Bath Road for one of the runways somehow, and almost landed the jet on this road here. Jesus Christ, anything's possible, isn't it, in this crazy world? So that's Hyatt Place, that is the place there, the hotel there. Sitting in that lobby there was tedious, but it's over now, that part's over. Now I've got the worrying bit, when my results come back, positive or negative. Well, we'll see. Seems strange, me going all that way to get tested, when there seems to be quite a few testing centres here at Terminal 3. But perhaps they don't do what I needed them to do. Maybe they don't do it within 3 hours. But anyway, I've come from Terminal 2, which was the wrong one. Don't worry, I've got plenty of time on my hands. At Terminal 3 now, I believe there's some restaurants here, but it looks like Pret a Manger, or whatever the hell it's called, is the only one that seems to be available. Better get something to eat. Okay, so a cafe latte. I said the large one, it doesn't look that large to me. A cafe latte and a prete mangi, whatever the hell it is, sandwich. Cost me £7.95 for the two of them. Okay, well, this is Heathrow Airport. I'm not quibbling about that. As long as it, you know, it refreshes me. I've still got many hours to go before my flight, and you know, this is the first thing I've had in about 24 hours. I just didn't want to upset my stomach with the travel or anything. So, you know, obviously I'm still waiting for my PCR results to come back anyway, the big moment. But let's get a bit of grub down me and a nice latte as well. Oh, tastes good, that. You know what? The rules for these masks. Yeah, you know, you get so used to wandering around with wearing your mask that you tend to feel guilty taking it off to even drink a cup of coffee. Jesus. Oh, my God. Well, this thing alone that I'm eating now is the best part of a fiver. And I wouldn't exactly say that it's a rocket to the moon, you know what I mean? But it's tasty anyway. It's going down well anyway. Fills a hole. Yummy. Well, I ate it anyway. The cafe latte is okay. Nice, tasty. Well, I wouldn't say that was a rocket to the moon, but what would be a rocket to the moon is if I get my rip-off 200 quid fast-track PCR test back soon, and it says negative. Now that will, you know, that will cause me to have a rocket to the moon. Okay, so it's about 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I've had a bit of a sleep here. I feel very, very refreshed, and I just checked my emails, and in the spam folder, not the main inbox, the spam folder, otherwise known as junk or whatever, I've received my test certificate, and I'm very, very pleased to say that I've tested negative. So that 200 quid wasn't down the drain after all. For bloody 200 quid, I should think. I tell you, you know, it's worked out well. Yeah, I'm pleased. I've still got about another 7 hours to go now before I get my flight. And, you know, I'm at Heathrow Airport, Terminal 3. Obviously, I can't check in for another 4 hours yet. But I can't deny that I'm a free man. I've tested negative. I have not got the antivirus. I paid 200 quid to find out that I haven't got the antivirus. I've got my test certificate. It was in the spam folder. In case I lose Wi-Fi, you know, so obviously I'm on my way to Dubai as well. I've downloaded it in PDF form. I've downloaded it in the files on this mobile phone. I've got everything else printed out, but I don't think I'll need that printed out. But I can't deny it. You know, I could do a cartwheel there, but I don't think it would be physically very good for me. Yeah, I tested negative. I'm going to be getting my flight later this evening, and I'm on my way to Bangkok. Yeah, I'm pleased. I'm pleased. Okay, so I've got all the other documents printed off for my travels. Now, I've been advised by someone to get this one printed off as well. You know, the 200 quid PCR test, which is tested negative, and I'm very, very pleased about it. So to have it printed off, yeah, £10. Cost me £10 in a Heathrow Airport little printing station. Now, I spoke to the Emirates Airlines. They said, oh, they'll do it later for me. I need it now. I want peace of mind now. The guy I spoke to probably won't be there in a few hours' time. So I've printed this off. For up to 3 pages, it's £10. So it was the same document. I thought, well, I may as well at least get two of these documents here. You know what I mean? So I've got to print it off anyway. So that's 200 quid for the PCR test and £10 that I've printed out at Heathrow Airport. Oh well, that's life, isn't it? I'm in the departure lounge at Heathrow Airport, Terminal 3. It's probably just after 4 o'clock in the afternoon. My flight leaves at 1900 hours, so it's less than 3 hours to go. It's been a long day to get this far, but it's been straightforward. There's a lot of it, but it has been straightforward. I have my PCR. I'm fully, it's been confirmed that I haven't got the antivirus. So what now? Well, check-in was actually quite straightforward, but really I can't emphasize this enough. Get those documents printed out, all of them, every last one of them. Don't be relying on mobile phones and downloads and all this kind of stuff. Get the documents printed out. There's a lot of them. What they asked for my passport, obviously. Before they give me my boarding pass, they asked me for my flight details. I was able to show them. They then asked for my proof of, the antivirus, that I'm free of it. So I had the certificate there. I showed them that. They then asked for my Thailand pass, even though the Thailand pass is, is a little bit outdated now. I have it, and hopefully it's going to be useful when I get to Thailand. Just one night's quarantine, but others are not so lucky. You might have to do a full 2 weeks. And they also asked for my hotel booking when I get to Bangkok. I was able to show them that as well. There's other things that I could have shown, like the insurance and whatever, but make sure that you get the documents printed out. It really is worthwhile doing that. So it's been a long day, and it's, I've said this earlier and I will say it again, with the amount of hassle that goes with it, I don't blame anyone for saying, I'm not going to do this. I'm doing it, and I've got this far. It looks like I'm going to be on my flight within the next 3 hours. It goes via Dubai. It'll be interesting to see what that airport looks like. Basically, I'm on my way to Bangkok. There's no reason why I shouldn't be getting there. I must admit, there's been moments today when I thought, Jesus, why did I do this? It's like, wasn't it a horror movie some time ago where its slogan was, keep telling yourself it's only a movie? Well, what I do when I'm dragging my luggage around Heathrow Airport and sitting in chairs that I don't want to sit and falling asleep and having another cup of coffee, which I don't really want, I keep telling myself, this is the worst bit. Travel is not about airports and all that. That's just the means of getting there. Travel is really about being there. And hopefully... Oh, there we go again. Okay, here we go again. Travel is about being there. And when I arrive in Bangkok and I'm free to go after a day or so, all of this will be behind me. I will have forgotten about all of this. And hopefully, I'll be on some of the islands and beautiful tropical islands, wandering up and down with those beautiful seas like Robinson Crusoe. Fantastic. And all of this will be a thing of the past. But right now, travel is laborious as it is at the airports and everything. But this, more than ever before, this is not good. It has been straightforward. It's just rather a lot of it with all the documents and all the other rubbish that goes with it. But anyway, I'm going to do something now that I haven't done so far today. I'm in the departure lounge, so I'm going to try and see if I can grab a cold beer. Now, I wouldn't have said that that's the right one for me. It's very, very pink, isn't it? What is that all about? No, I don't think that's for me somehow. Strange looking place. Okay, so I've boarded. Looks like a nice handsome plane. I've got a window seat, which I don't really want. I'd rather have an aisle seat personally. But I'm on board Emirates flight to Dubai. So I've got this far anyway. Hopefully I can sleep well. Hopefully during the flight I can sneak my way to an aisle seat. I don't like window seats really, especially in the dark anyway. I'd rather have the freedom of an aisle seat to get up and walk around whenever I want to. But anyway, I'm on Emirates flight to Dubai, and well, I think I'll leave it at there for now anyway. The next time I report will be at Dubai airport anyway. I'll see you then. Oh well, that was quite a pleasant flight from Heathrow to Dubai. So I'm now stepping out into Dubai airport. Never been here before. I think I've got about could be a 5-hour stopover here to wander around this airport before I get my flight to Bangkok. My luggage is going straight to Bangkok, so that's good. I don't have to worry about that for now. So anyway, it's about 5:30 in the morning. I'm in Dubai airport. Be interesting to see what this place looks like. So how it compares to Heathrow. Poor old Heathrow. I'm always a bit wary about going into airport toilets in this part of the world. Quite often you find there's some shady fella there who wants to open doors for you, and then he wants to switch taps on for you when you don't want him to switch the taps. You're quite capable of doing it for yourself. And then the next thing you know, he demands money from you for doing all the things that you didn't want him to do in the first place. I had that in Egypt and a couple of other places. Well, never mind. Anyway, this is Dubai airport, and I think we've got about 5 hours to kill here, to be honest with you. So let's just potter around, see what this place is all about. Okay, well here's a handy tip for you. Always carry an empty plastic bottle around the airport. It's worth it. You know, it doesn't weigh anything. It doesn't take up that much space in your hand luggage. And it saves you having to pay an exorbitant amount for a bottle of water when you're thirsty. Tastes bloody good to me. They do have bars here, you know, where I can get a beer. I don't know what the local currency is, and to be honest with you, I'm not desperate for a beer right now. I had one on the flight from London to Dubai, so I'll probably have one from here to Bangkok anyway, or whatever. But you know, this airport doesn't look anything spectacular to me. You know, I was expecting to be something outlandish, something really, really, really out of the world.
You know, from what I've heard about Dubai, it just looks fairly ordinary to me. You know, it's an ordinary airport. I must admit, I prefer ramshackle old Heathrow.
God almighty, I had no idea how big this airport was. I left it a bit late and then I had to get a train and walk miles. Seemed like miles to get to gate C3, but I'm here now. And also, covered in sweat, I had to change my t-shirt from all the walking. And then all the documents, I mean, you know, to try and fathom out all the documents. They're still asking for the Thai pass and all this kind of stuff. Anyway, I'm here now. I'm about to board the plane, bound for Bangkok. Okay? About to board the final leg of my journey. It's come round. See you soon. Well, as you can see, the flight isn't entirely full. A lot of empty seats. I've got a window seat and I've got two empty ones next to me, plenty to stretch out on anyway. So I'm not complaining. The flight was about an hour delayed taking off. We were sitting on the runway there where I don't know what was happening. But anyway, in the air now, on the way to Bangkok. I'm still waiting for them to serve the food. Well, the flight Emirates Airways has just landed at Bangkok. It's 1900 hours on January the 4th. I think since I left home it was 36 hours ago. So it's been a long journey, made long by that lengthy time at Heathrow Airport while I was getting my PCR test and waiting for the results, and also a bit of a stopover in Dubai. But yeah, 36 hours that I've been travelling now, and it's not over yet. It's been a good airways. Emirates, you know, this has been good. The food's been nice, very comfortable, and everything. But I'm in Bangkok now, and I'm not sure what awaits me. During the course of my journey, I've glanced at the internet and I've seen all kinds of strange things are happening in Thailand regarding the rules for arrivals. I really don't know. I paid for the company to sort everything out. I've got a hotel waiting for me, a Shark Plus hotel. I'm just hoping that, you know, they're going to be waiting for me to whisk me away to the hospital or wherever, to get another test, or at least to take me to the hotel. I hope it's all sorted. There are things happening right now with the rules for arrivals in Thailand, and it doesn't look very good, and I'm just hoping that I don't have to spend a lengthy period of time in a prison hotel. I hope I only have to spend one night in that Shark hotel. I'm going to be leaving the aeroplane soon. We'll see pretty soon. Okay, I'm getting ready to leave the plane, not knowing what's going to happen. I've got to collect my luggage. I really don't know what's going to happen at immigration or that company. Still, you know, they didn't drop me a message a couple of days before to say we're going to greet you at the airport. You know, I'm expecting anything. I'm just hoping that it's not too bad.
lot of it, but it was actually all very, very straightforward stuff. I reckon this is 9 p.m. Thai time in the evening, which is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon in the UK. I reckon it was, let's see, 14 and 20. I reckon it was 38 hours ago that I left home in the UK. That straightforward National Express coach trip to Heathrow Airport, that's always a doddle. 13 and a half hours between arriving at Heathrow and boarding my Emirates flight to Dubai. The reason that 13 and a half hours was necessary was because I had to have that fast track result within 3 hours PCR test. Now, you may think, well, why didn't you just book it at a chemist a couple of days earlier? That was January the 3rd. Yesterday was January the 3rd. A couple of days earlier, it would have been January the 1st. New Year's Day, a bank holiday. And, you know, what chemist is going to be open then? It just seemed to me that the most convenient way to do that PCR test was actually at Heathrow Airport. But I had to give myself plenty of time to make sure that the results got back in time. So that PCR test went well. The Emirates flight, I got that. It's a return ticket. You know, from London to Dubai and then Dubai to Bangkok. It's a return ticket overall. I got that for about £450, which I think is great value, especially when you consider the bloody PCR test alone cost £200. So no complaints about that. Nice airline and everything. Now, when I finally arrived a couple of hours ago at Bangkok, I just really didn't know what to expect. I booked my, this whole package of the Thailand pass, the insurance, the hotel, the pickup, the transfer, all the rest of it. I booked all of that through a company called Royal Vacation, which is quite a reputable company, and I think they even won an award recently. And they did well, for that whole package that I paid for them, the whole package. £212. That includes the hotel and everything. £212. And when you consider that bloody PCR test alone at Heathrow cost me £200, I think £212 for all that. I can say now that is damn good value. And yeah, I'm pleased that I used it. I got my Thailand pass. Now, what happened when I left the aeroplane? Okay, now obviously I wish that I could have filmed, and apologies to anyone who was hoping to see the scenes at Bangkok airport and what it's like, arriving in this day and age. There's so much hassle going on there, so much confusion. You're being told to sit down in long queues before you can go to the Thailand pass section, and then you've still got to go through immigration. There's so much confusion. I think the last thing that you want to be doing is pointing cameras at people, and you've got to pull out so many documents and everything. But basically, what happened? In my case, bear in mind, let me remind people that the Thailand pass is out of date now, but I managed to get in there, apply for it just before it became obsolete, basically. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm only having to stay in this hotel for one night. So let's see what happens at the airport. Okay, got off the plane, and it's a lengthy journey, a lengthy walk to the arrivals. But before I got to the arrivals, there was on the elevators, the walkways, there was two big queues, and I was told, along with everybody else, to sit down there. And then these ladies in protective clothing came up, and they wanted to see the Thailand pass, the proof of a PCR test within the last 72 hours. And also there's another immigration card as well. They wanted to give it on the plane, was still there, but they also give it another one as well that you have to fill in. And then finally, I was able to go through. But then that was before I went to immigration. I still had to go to immigration. And, obviously, I felt good getting through that. But, it's not over till it's over. I got to immigration, and then as I was waiting in the queue, not many people in the queue, of course, these are troubled times. As I was in the queue, one of the female guards, nice lady, she approached me and she said, "You're staying at this hotel on your phone for one night?" I said, yes, it's all booked. She said, and where are you staying after that? I said, well, I haven't made that one up yet, because, you know, you never know if you're going to be bunged into 2 weeks quarantine or whatever. So, you know, I just thought, I'll get my one hotel out of the way with. And she said, you won't be able to go through immigration if you don't put down a hotel. And I thought, oh, God almighty, just when you think it's over, just when you think you're out of the woods. So, my mind went blank. She said, put a hotel down that you will stay in. No, even though I hadn't been to it. My mind went blank. I've stayed in hotels on a regular basis, and you know, I just couldn't think of any. I just couldn't think of any. And then I thought, how about that one that I've stayed in quite a lot in Pattaya? And I thought, and then the name of a family came to me, and you know, so I put that one down. And I got through. They stamped my passport, okay? So I think I'm committed to that one now. I better make sure that I don't want to upset anyone. So basically that was it. I got through immigration, passport stamped, and I thought, right, what I need to do now is to basically, yeah, because I haven't heard from the company about, you know, the transport pickup to the hotel. But I quickly got my luggage and whisked through customs before anyone had the chance to change their mind on anything. And when I went out there into the lobby of the airport, you know, obviously there's various people that holding up plaques. None of them have my name on it. But what it was, there's these little booths, these little booths there with all the names of the Shah hotels on them, probably about 100 or something like that, whatever the number is. But people were saying, which hotel are you staying in? And I eventually seen a sign for the one that I'm staying in, which is the Green View Hotel, Bangkok. I eventually seen a sign for that, and I said, I'm staying in that one. And a chappie approached me with a board, and he said, it's Mr. Sweeney, isn't it? I thought, great, terrific. So, I was quickly whisked away in a private taxi. I give the driver a tip anyway, but it was all paid for. And I'm at the hotel. I arrived at the hotel 15, 20 minutes ago. There's no alcohol here, okay? But, you know, I'm not that bad. I'm sure I can suffer one bloody night. It'll probably do me the world of good. You never know, by tomorrow morning I might be a changed man. So basically, you know, everyone in the hotel, it's not the same. It's not the same. Everyone's in protective clothing. And, you know, they're all in protective clothing. And it's so clinical. It's not the way travel should be. It's you know, anyone who's arrived in these countries before, the hotel staff give you a wonderful greeting and it makes you feel good here. It's like arriving at a clinic. Well, it is. So the guy at reception, you know, I asked for a few more documents, Thailand pass and all this kind of stuff. Apparently there's an app which he's put on my phone, which I didn't even know about. And then he got my luggage and showed me to the room. But before I got to my room, I had to cross that courtyard out there with the fountain, lovely fountain. And there was a lady with protective clothing on. I took my mask off. She shoved the thing up my nose and down my mouth. So I heard sort of like you have to be whisked away to a hospital. I'm not so sure that that's the case. I think that was the PCR test that I just had there. Results back tomorrow. And hopefully by tomorrow I'm a free man. Now here, there's loads of water. There's a little bit of grub. I've ordered an American breakfast for tomorrow. The Royal Vacation, package is turned out to be really good. For the £212 that I pay for it, I'd say that it's damn good value. It's not over till it's over, but I can see now that it was worth doing that. I'm in Thailand now. I'm in Bangkok. Now, but it's not over yet. I mean, what happens if any results come back the way, you don't want them to come back? And then apparently now you've also got to, after 6 days, you've got to have another test. And there's all kinds of things going on here. This isn't travel the way we know it. And anyone who thinks that this is going to be over anytime soon is wrong. It's not going to be over. I mean, this is 2 years down the line. And we're having to go through all of this in order to get anywhere. 2 years down the line since this antivirus first appeared. And now we're having to go through all this. I feel like I just arrived, not in a hotel, but in a clinic. And it's okay, I can get my head down now. It's about 9 o'clock in the evening. I can sleep for a fair bit, get up, have my breakfast. Hopefully I can get out early tomorrow and probably get a taxi to Pattaya tomorrow, because that's where I think I'm committed to. Because that's the hotel that I put down on the list. So what else? What else can I say? What else can I say? You know, I'm here now. I really wish that I had a couple of beers. really wish, but it's just a no right now. But you know, this isn't going to be over. If you're being treated like this 2 years, and how many jabs, how many vaccines and boosters you're going to have? I've had 2 vaccines and a booster, and I'm still being treated like this. And how many PCR tests are you going to have to endure? It's not going to be over. It's not going to be over easily. You know, for all we know, this could be just the tip of the iceberg. This is what travel has become now. It's changing the way we know it. Listen, I'm not gonna finish. This video isn't finished here because we've always got tomorrow morning. Let's see what tomorrow morning brings. So I'm going to drink some water, maybe have a few little snacks, and just get my head down because it's all that I can do. See you in a bit. Oh, doesn't that look lovely? Well, it's 8:50 in the morning, Wednesday the 4th of January. I have just received a very casual phone call from reception to say that I am negative. Well, those of you who've watched this rather long video will probably think I'm pretty negative anyway, but yes, she told me casually, the lady, I am negative and I am free to leave the hotel. Wowee, whoopee-doo. And what about that breakfast, the American breakfast I was supposed to be getting? Well, I'm told that it's outside the door. There it is, right there. What have we got? Fruit, bread, and various other things left outside the door. Okay? There you go, there's your breakfast outside the door. Oh well, I can't deny that that's the news that I wanted. Oh, what a lovely environment this is. What a lovely environment. Well, it's all come good in the end, apparently. I'm going to put my mask down a little bit. It's all come good in the end. This is the moment that I've been waiting for it seems like quite a long time. It is now Wednesday. It's about 10:20 in the morning. I've been told that I'm negative, and that's it, I'm free to go. I'm a free man. She phoned me up, she said, you're a free man, you're free to go. So, I mean, that's it, this is the moment. All of that stuff, all of the hotel I stayed in, I arrived at about, what was it, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock last night, something like that. You know, 12 hours later, I'm told that I'm negative and I'm free to go. Well, obviously, as you know, from watching this video, it's not the first time that I've been negative. But listen, it's all come good in the end. I haven't had to do that dreadful 2-week quarantine, which has been, you know, the thing that's keeping people away from Thailand for so long. But at this moment in time, I may be celebrating. This is what I wanted. I've managed to get the freedom of Thailand without having to do any quarantine. I've had 2 PCR tests, one at the airport a couple of days ago, one last night. I'm negative of any dreadful variant, any antivirus, and that feels good. But it's up to me now to make damn sure that I stay that way. I'm going to Pattaya. I'm booked to stay in a hotel there for 5 days. Really, I'm not quite sure why. It seemed the most convenient thing to do, but right now I'm looking on the internet and you know, YouTube and whatever from other vloggers, and Pattaya's having a lot of problems right now. Well, Thailand's having a lot of problems. The government, I'm not totally in tune with it just yet, but I think they've basically scrapped that test and go quarantine. You know, that test and go idea about getting your Thailand. Oh, I don't know. It's all confusing me. All I know is that I was lucky to get my Thailand pass, and I've got here, and I'm free to go without having to do any 2-week quarantine. But I don't really feel free. It's really quite a sad. You know, it's the end of this traveling, you know, episode. It's the beginning of the adventure, but it doesn't really feel that good because the fact is, a lot of guys have realised that Thailand's a bit of a no-go right now. There's so many U-turns on test and go and everything that, you know, it's driven a lot of guys away. A lot of guys have just thrown in the towel. I've looked on Facebook and YouTube quite recently,
And a lot of the fellas have just said, I'm just going to give it a miss. I'm just going to give it a miss. They're doing so many U-turns. And, you know, I'm going to give it a miss for maybe a year or to the end of this year until things sort themselves out. It's dreadful, and I really, really feel for the guys. Now, what am I going to do personally? I'm going to head down to Pattaya. I'm going to be in Southeast Asia for about 3 months. You never know, maybe even longer than that. I'm not really quite sure where I'm going to go or what I'm going to do. I'm a little bit gutted in a way because all year throughout the YouTube channel, well, no longer than a year, I've gotten used to the names of the guys, and a lot of those guys have been looking forward to coming out here at this time, and you know, sort of become internet friends, and said, you know, it'd be great to meet up with you and everything. The fact is, a lot of those guys, maybe you who's watching this right now, won't actually be here because it's just too frustrating. It's just not realistic to come here right now. I'm actually going to Pattaya, which is, I think, that's one of the most notorious places. But then, you know, there's other places. This onion variant seems to be rampant right now, and it's my main priority is to make damn sure that I don't get that virus, and I don't end up in 2 weeks quarantine. It's the last thing that I need to do. I've got to keep a low profile, stay away from people if I think it's a bit iffy. I mean, I hate having to behave like that, but a guy said to me, quite recently, some drunken oaf back in England said to me, "What, virus? You don't believe in all that crap, do you?" My reply was, I'll tell you what I believe. What I believe is that if I test positive anywhere at any time, then it's going to cause me a lot of problems. That's what I believe. Okay, so I've said my piece on that one. Listen, I booked a taxi from across the road there. In about an hour's time, I'm going to have another cup of coffee in my hotel room. In about an hour's time, I'm going to be whizzed off to Pattaya. I've got a nice little hotel booked there. I'll just take it as it goes. I'll just take it easy. I've got my main priority is to make sure that I don't test positive for that virus. So, listen, thanks for watching this. Sorry I've been a total miserable bastard. But, you know, I'm realistic. I'm realistic about the situation. I'm right now here in the beautiful, warm Thai sunshine. I'm free to go. But I'm not punching the air in celebration. Because, well, I'm not sure that time will ever come again. You know, just take each step as it comes. Listen, guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe. And I'll be back soon. See you soon. Cheers.